Podcast character designs done by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at ArtieDemon. Carmen Sandiego, Season 4, Episode 2, The Big Bad Ivy Caper. It's so stupid because it's kind of that, but this episode is definitely better than the first one. What I really, really like about this episode is the animation, especially with Ivy's facial expressions, and she makes a lot of because she's supposed to be like this. She's pretending to be another person, so she's trying to be like this kind of mean person, and she does a lot of expressions with her face and everything, and it's really cool. I actually really like when they show a range of emotions and expressions. What I don't like about this episode is we already had a last season when we had Carmen went down and then Ivy stepped up her game and then she kind of solved the caper. Then she kind of does it again and Zach is relegated to, oh, isn't he an idiot? I would like for Zach to get something more than just a comedy relief who drives the car. We already pumped up Ivy once and then we're going to do it again. Okay, whatever. It's not bad. I just want everyone in the team to get their moment in the sun. And I don't know if Zach's ever going to get that. I mean, I guess in the when he went up against Racer, but even then he kind of really screwed up in that episode too. So I don't know. That's just, I want everyone to be to get their moments of where they become better and bigger characters. Also, stuff with Graham, interesting stuff there, and he's able to kind of kick everyone's butt. But it's definitely going to be implications there. And let's just jump right into the episode. And Vile's sitting there, and they're talking to Cerebellum. She finally went to her lab in the Himalayas, and she's like, "Hey, guys, check this out. And we keep having problems." And they keep like, "Oh, well, Carmen Sandiego, no, the other problems." And they keep like, "He's like, no. The problem with our operatives getting caught, I have robot. And it's gonna be better than using humans because humans make errors, robots don't." And they're like, "Oh, Cerebellum, we love you, honey, sweet. You have too many things. This isn't gonna work because we've been on this road before." She's like, "No, it's gonna work this time, I promise." Then she shows the Robo, and then it's gonna be called Robo Robber, RoboCop. I don't know. It's a stupid name, but I love it. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Here, watch some still stuff, and he's literally just stealing everything in the lab, and he's like grabbing things you're not supposed to be grabbing, and he ends up pulling some type of thing, makes a big explosion.
Oh no, you don't want to do that.
And they're like, yeah, that's not gonna work out. But Cerebellum's like, well, I can fix this, I can fix it. Don't worry, I'll get back on this. They're like, yeah, I don't know if she's gonna be able to do this. She's just having too much fun in her lab, and we should have sent someone with her. But let's talk about, we had some gold bullion that was stolen from a bank, and we needed to transfer that. So when they were attacking last episode in China, they were also doing some work in Germany and stuff, so in Europe. So yeah, they got their hands everywhere, and Carmen's isn't able to stop them every single time. So now that's our next caper. So we get to I think it's funny that she has her home little base in Sandiego, and it's like the Carmen Outfitters. Here's the thing, isn't it like hiding in plain sight? But it's almost like, don't you kind of maybe want to change the name? Because what if they just so happen to just like Google that and just check it out? But we got Carmen working out, which is always awesome. I love seeing characters do things like that where you don't see that very often in like action shows where the heroes don't, especially Western, in animes, they'll have whole arcs about training. But in Western cartoons, you don't get characters training or trying to get better at where they're weak. I would say Carmen's weakest skill would be her fighting, which it's good enough to beat regular goons and the regular guys, but when she goes up against someone like Tigress, she's kind of at a disadvantage. So it's cool to see her working out, and seeing Carmen work out is always awesome. She's talking to player, "Hey, we got to get her, there's some gold that's been stolen, that's gonna be our next move. I need, do all your player stuff, find out what's going on." But he's like, "Yeah, there's gonna be an issue. My parents decided that they want me to go to public school because I spend too much time alone and everything, so no more homeschool." And then Carmen's like, "Oh wow, that's gonna be tough, but we'll work through it." And I do like the fact that he's like, "Well, coming from you dropped out of school, but it was like thief school, so it doesn't count." I'm like, okay. But Carmen, I'm all about that school, so you definitely have to go to school. And he's like, "It's fine, I'll just take all my stuff with me." But that's not going to work. You're not going to be able to access your laptop and all your gear and stuff like in the middle of class, but he's going to try to make it work. That's going to be a hurdle for player, but his first day of school, he's got to go to school right now. So he's like, "Hey, it's my first day. I can't be late." Shuts off all his computers, and it's like, you lost your guy in the chair. You lost your eye in the sky, but they got to work with it because he's still a kid. We get remember how Shadow-san hurt himself, so he's in a chair. Here's the thing, he's not invalid. He can still use his arms and move around. They don't need to feed him like a baby, but of course Zach's an idiot. So he's there like, oh, here comes the plane, like you do for a baby. And then Shadow-san's like, oh my God, I want to kill this kid. So they're just goofing off and everything, and they're trying to be nice to Shadow-san, but they're babying him. He's a man. Don't do that. Then like, okay, saddle up, guys. We got our next job. It's going to be in Bavaria. We're going to Germany. Shadow-san can't go. They're like, oh, someone needs to stay behind to take care of him. No one needs to take care of him. He's a man. He can move around himself. He can order Uber Eats. He doesn't need someone to like take care of him. I could have said if he was in a full body cast or something where he literally couldn't move at all, but he just broke his leg. Then Shadow-san's like, God, please don't let it be Zach. And then she lets it be Zach. She's like, yeah, Zach, you're staying. It's me and Ivy, you girls' night out. So why did you do that? Like, it's funny because it's what Shadow-san does not want, but it's definitely what Zach wants because, I get to hang out with Ninja and you're going to teach me ninja stuff. But he's totally not going to do that. So it's going to just be Zach's going to be with Shadow-san, Ivy, and Carmen are headed to Bavaria. We get to Graham is, hey, you guys let me go? Oh, I'm still here. What's going on? Is the questioning over? And then here it comes. I do like how, I don't like, but I do like how Chase comes in and he's all, do you remember that train? So he's doing all his like stuff. He's like, dude, I don't remember any of that. He's like, oh, are you lying to me? And he's doing all this stuff like that. And he's like, I promise you, I've been in the hospital. I got an accident at work. I was in a coma. I don't remember the last 18 months of what went down. So I don't know anything. I was in a hospital. That's what they tell me. Then you could tell in his voice that he's not lying because he's like doing the whole accusatory thing. I don't know, man. Trust me. I want to know. I wish I knew what would happen. I don't know. Then even Chase has that look like, dang, he's probably telling the truth. I do like how instead of pushing his original narrative, because Chase earlier in the seasons would always like have an idea in his head and nothing would take him off that idea. Now he's starting to like think and he's starting to like question his preconceptions. Good. Thank you, Chase. You're growing as a character. That's wonderful. Get to the plane and then we have our, instead of all the crew being together, it's just Ivy and Carmen, and like they're doing the edutainment. They're talking about how Bavaria is the biggest state that's in Germany, and they talk about the prince and then the big castle and everything, and the Oktoberfest and all that and everything. They don't talk about the beer. They just talk about food. The beer is very, very important. So they get there, and I like this little outfit. She's looking great. I love the hat, the coat. It looks great. They're waiting for a Vile operative to meet with the gold buyer, and I guess it's some woman. We've never seen her before, Madame Goldlove, and she's supposed to be like this tough as nails chick that just absolutely loves gold. So she's going to be the buyer from Vile, and that's what they're looking for. They have no idea who the operative is and what this lady looks like, so it's just a big mystery. So we got Carmen, of course, up on a building because that's like her thing. She's her very Batman-esque, and then Ivy's going to be on the ground. This subplot is stupid. She's like, oh, my earpiece is all messed up. Oh, it's Zach's earpiece. That's so gross. And this is where I'm talking about the facial expressions. I absolutely love all the ways she does like that ew face and everything. It looks absolutely fantastic. I love the animation, but I just hate the whole, okay, you're dumping on your brother, but seriously, come on, your brother and sister, stop being such a freaking, oh, you're so nasty. Get back to Zach, and he's just being like, okay, sensei, I'm ready for my ninja training. And he has no desire to teach him anything. I was hoping that through happenstance, Zach would learn something, and then Shadow-san would be like, oh, maybe you do have potential, and he does actually kind of train him. But it's just a big joke. Maybe it turns into something later, but in this episode, it's just one giant joke. And Zach's better than just to be just the joke. Let him grow as a character. I don't know if he ever does. I hope he does, but I don't know. This is just, it's going to be just one big gag. Of course, he's not, you know how Shadow-san is. He's not going to teach him anything. And he jumps down and he's like, hey, or maybe we can do this. He pulls up the couch. We can watch Revenge Vendetta, some movie. We can watch part 7. And he looks at him like, you haven't seen any of them? We can start from the very beginning. So he's going to like watch movies. So the girls are doing something awesome and cool, and the boys are just watching movies and being idiots. I don't know. I digress. So we get back to Crackle. He ends up becoming Crackle again. But we got Graham, and he's like, they give him all the information. Oh, here's your outpatient information for the hospital you stayed at, but there's no check-in information. And then he's looking at the paperwork and he's like, I told you, I don't know. I got amnesia. I don't remember anything that happened back then. And if anyone wanted to know what was happening, it'd be me. And you can even hear it in his voice. And then, of course, the chief is talking to him too. And he's like, I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't have any memory of it. And they're like, they do they're monitoring him for like lie detector, but they wouldn't say it in front of him. It would have made more sense if the guy would have looked over at the chief and then he kind of gives a little nod saying, yeah, he's telling the truth, but he like says it out loud, whatever. We can help you, but it's very experimental. Are you willing to try? And he's like, is it going to hurt? So they're going to do like a mind flash thing. And I was thinking, oh, we learned last time that the cerebellum's mind wiping thing takes away like your evil tendencies or whatever. And I'm thinking, oh, I hope this thing doesn't reinstate his evil tendencies by unlocking his memories. It like turns him bad again. I'm like, they don't know that, but it's going to like be an issue. Get back to Ivy, and she's fiddling with their earpiece because she doesn't like it because it doesn't fit. It sags, whatever. She sees the haberdasher, the guy with the hat. He's super cool. He walks up to Ivy and then he says, the raven flies at night or something. The little stupid, the eagle has landed. So all these like kind of like code word things. Then Ivy's like, Carmen's like, hey, he's giving you a passphrase. He wants to know if you're the person because he doesn't know what she looks like. So you're like, she doesn't say anything because they don't know what the passphrase is. And he's like, excuse me, I thought you were somebody else. He walks away. Then this is Carmen kind of lays it on Ivy to step it up. She's like, just pretend to be her. Remember, she's mean and tough. And that's what the whole, big bad Ivy comes from the episode. She has to pretend to be this tough as nails chick. She goes to him and then she throws on like a funky accent. Like, I don't know if she was trying to be German or Russian. It was like a weird in between.
Oh, you have the right, someone. I was too stunned by the sight of your face to respond.
My face?
Your silly face. And the silly sounds that came spitting out of it.
But she grabs him. I was distracted by your face. Like just being super mean to him. And again, I'll probably have like clip. I don't know if I'm going to show a clip or just have it running in the background. But she's like, her facial expressions, I love them. That's like the animation grabbing him and the way that he's like reacting. It's very expressive. And I love that. They did such a good job. But then they see the real Cold Lover. It's what a little on the nose, right, with the name. But they see her and she has her like goon. And they're like, okay, she's showing up, so you need to like get a move on so she, you guys don't run into each other. Then, she doesn't. He's like, if you don't know the passphrase, I can't. I gotta confirm. Whatever you say, I believe it's you, but you have to say it, or I'm not gonna be able to do business with you. Then, Ivy's like, I don't know what to say. Carmen on the ball. What a great move. She says the Raven's Nest thing, pretending to be a haberdasher. Hey, and she just assumes, that must be the agent. And even the goon's like, hey, I was expecting a guy. And, of course, they don't know who they're supposed to be. Maybe it's all big, be a mystery. Then Ivy tries to like talk to him again. The password, because she got the response. And then, Carmen says it so she can hear it over her headset. Then she says the response. Very, very smart. I love that move. That's A+. Trying to think, how tall is Carmen? She looks a little short here. She said the password. That's the guy this is the person we're looking for. They walk up there and they start talking. I love this angle here. Look how cool this is. This is probably gonna be my thumbnail. I absolutely love this look. The reflection of the glasses. And I also love the fact that Carmen uses her own, I don't want to say notoriety to change the mission. She's like, hey, we got notice that Carmen and Sandiego may be in the area. Meet me here at this place. And because we don't want her catching on to us. And of course, it's her. So smart. I love that. But that's like a tourist area, some castle. She's like, yeah, we hide in plain sight. It's going to be what's for best. But of course, her bodyguard looks at her like, doesn't trust her. But what can she do? I love the light in the background. Again, this looks so cool. I love it. The earpiece. She's fiddling with it again. Just get over it. Falls out of her ear, and then it gets stepped on. So it's like, she's not going to have her earpiece. She got the password. They're going to go see where the gold is. But from there on out, she's going to have to kind of be on her own. Then she's like, she's like, dang, was something wrong? Nothing's wrong. And then she's just kind of going to be mean to him. Tries to put it back in her ear. It's all static. It's not working. Carmen tries to contact her. She gets static, and she's like, okay, I'm going to need to get a hold of a player because maybe he can still track her. Players at school, and he's up there. Introduce yourself to the class. I think everybody hates this. I've never met a single person in the world that was just like, oh, I want to tell everyone a fun fact about me. I hate those get to know me games and like, oh my God. I hated high school. So he's like, oh, yes, my name's Player. And the teacher's like, your real name, not like your gamer name or whatever. And of course, the joke of all these things he's about to say his real name, but then he gets the ring on his cell phone. Teacher's like, hey, you can't have cell phones in class or devices. You got to make sure to turn those off. He goes, oh, it's fine. I'll shut it off. Then like everything else starts going in his backpack, his tablet, his watch, everything's going nuts. Maybe I should put the stuff in my locker. And the teacher's like, yeah, go to your locker, dump all your crap. Super smart of Player, so he can get alone, so he can actually talk to Carmen. Contacts her, hey, what's up? I can't get a hold of Ivy. Can you at least track her earpiece? And he's like, yeah, let me get on that. So he's like trying to type in and do stuff. This is going to be a huge, huge problem for him being in school, because you're in school for 6 hours and that's Monday through Friday. That's a lot of time, unless I guess they did night operations, but it's going to be a problem from the always be like, I got to go to the bathroom and just like run out of class or something. Get back to Zach and Shadow Son. So these are like Fast and Furious movies. I mean, that's Vin Diesel, one entire, it's them. And then of course these movies are absolutely ridiculous. I liked the first couple Fast and Furious films. I haven't seen Tokyo Drift. I think was the last one I watched. I haven't watched any of the other ones after that. They're absolutely ridiculous, beyond stupid. And this whole proves it. They're like on top of the Statue of Liberty and the car's like pierced on the freaking, on the top of it. The jets are flying by. And that was like part 8. Hey, Shadow Son, what was your favorite part? And he's like, oh, the ending. Yeah, that was my favorite part too. He doesn't get that Shadow Son isn't enjoying this. I guess maybe Shadow Son doesn't want to be mean, but if someone's like forcing crap on you, you can just be like, hey bro, I just want to read my newspaper or magazine. Go, occupy yourself with something. But at the same time, you can be a little bit nicer. I don't know. But he's just kind of like, kind of ignoring him. He's like, hey, then after this, going to play some video games. He's like, oh, maybe I can teach you something. And I thought, oh, cool. He's going to like be like a real like teacher. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh, he's going to do something just to like trick him. That's not cool. If you don't want to teach someone something, just say it. Don't do it to like get them to shut up. Oh, the first rule of being a ninja is being quiet, so like shut your mouth. Really? And of course, Zach, he can't go 5 seconds without talking. And he's like trying to be quiet, and he like waits like 10 seconds. And he starts talking again. He's like, dude, you got to stay quiet. He's not really teaching him. He just wants him to shut up. I don't know. I just felt like Zach should be better than just the brunt of a joke. Get back to Sarah Brown's like, hey, I made some improvements. The robot's better now. Okay, go and show his hair, Robo Robber. Steal the pen out of my pocket without me noticing. And it just grabs her goggles. I wanted to see her eyes, but she like closed her eyes. I guess these are prescription goggles. Is that even a thing? So she's like, bro, can you please hand me back my goggles? She's like fumbling around and knocking things over. And they're like, this robot thing is not going to work. Like, it's never going to work. Get back to Gray, and they put the head thing on him. So they're going to like, I don't know if they knew what they were doing or super experimental. What if it like fried his brain? So it's like, it's going to help you remember. They turn it on and he's starting to remember things. So do you remember anything from 18 months ago? Do you remember anything about being on the train? He's starting to get flashes and memories, and he's starting to get memories of Vile and like going to school and meeting all the faculty and everything. And it's starting to reawake his like, I didn't know if he was going to turn evil right away or if he was going to be like, oh my God, I was a bad guy. They turn it off. It looks like he's in pain, and they go to help him. Beats Chase down. Guy tries to gas him, beats him down. And the thing is, she's just a hologram. So she can't do anything. She's like, all agents, we got to stop this guy. He's gone rogue. He's beating the crap out of everybody. Gets out into the hallway, and he's like in, I don't know, Jason Bourne mode, and just beats the crap out of the guards, and he gets out of there. You think there would have been like a lockdown procedure, like a red alert, all the doors locked down, and this is like a high-tech facility. Now he has knowledge of Acme headquarters, or at least one of their main facilities. Pretty sure Val's going to want to get their hands on that, and I guess he escapes. Well, he's a bad guy now again, or maybe he's going to be half and half because maybe it didn't unlock everything to be able to fight it. I don't know. We don't get to that point. Get back to Ivy, and they're at the facility where all the gold is. Of course, she has to keep her mean girl persona, and I guess they're going to hide all of the gold in like chocolate. So they make like a little chocolate gnomes, and it's just basically the gold's covered in chocolate. That's how they're going to ship it out. But the weight would be completely off and whatever. So that's going to be that's the plan. But of course, Ivy like loves chocolate and she's like eating the chocolate off the freaking gnome. It's like, are you kidding me? But I do like that. Look at that facial expression. It's like that. Leave me alone. I'm eating. I've made that face on many occasions. But she's like, oh, this is perfect or whatever. Gold. And then she's just, tries to play up the evil. Oh, you want to fight about it? And he's like, oh, no, it's fine. Just if it's to your liking, let's do the deal. Let's transfer the money. Let's get this done. Then she's like, oh, I'm going to look at the facility just to make sure everything's running. She's trying to contact Carmen. She can't. She's like, oh, man, Carmen, you got to help me out here. Get back to comedy relief. Zach's trying to stay quiet. He's like, oh, man, how long was that? It was 30 seconds. It's my new world record. Then he's like, oh, okay, I'm going to teach you something else now. I'll teach you about pressure points. I'm like, oh, he's going to just knock him out. And then, it's going to be between the base of your neck and where your spine meets. Here, it's right here. He knocks him out. Then he goes back to reading his book. I don't know. It's funny, but it's also demeaning to Zach because, I've said it 1,000 times. He needs to do something more than just be the funny guy who drives and eats food. Carmen followed her to the facility, but so did the her bodyguard, the gold lover's bodyguard. And I'm surprised Carmen allowed herself to be tailed. Like she didn't notice. So this guy must be pretty good at his job. So they're supposed to transfer the money, but he grabs Carmen and this is a big dude. So he has her like in a lock. Inappropriate face touching. It's a staple in Western cartoons. And, he's like, what? Haber's like, what the heck's going on? Oh, who are you? He's like, oh, I'm the gold lover. No, I am. So like, he doesn't know who to trust. And he's like, well, she's the imposter. I don't care about what you say. This lady's pretty fine. I ain't gonna lie. She's got this look of the vest and the tie, exposed arms. I love this look. It's great. She could be like a fighting game character. I love it. Muscular. Mwah. She's like, hey, we're gonna fight. And then of course Ivy's like, oh, do we have to fight? She's like, you know what? She can already just size Ivy up. You're a weakling. You're not gonna be worth anything. I want to fight this chick. I want to throw down with this girl. Then of course, she's gonna just hit her in the gut. She ducks out of there. Boom. The battle's on. Push back the guy. Again, the animation here is pretty slick. I love the lighting in the background. Carmen, the way her jacket moves and everything. Very, very cool. So she's up in the rafters, and then we still have, Ivy, and she's like, whoa. Of course, Haber has his bladed hat, very 007. Throws a hat at her. She ducks underneath it, and now she's gonna have to do a little bit of fighting, but of course it's set up to where she doesn't really have to throw any punches or anything. It cuts where the chocolate is, like in the pump. She uses that to knock out the other operatives, and then she knocks out Haber, knocks him down. Then the other guy's running after the bodyguard. He's too good. He's like sliding at her. I do like the fact that she took the time to she just like sprayed him in the face and knocked him down. And then she like eats some of the chocolate. It's like, come on, girl. You can do that some other time. We'll get you all the chocolate you need. Try not to get your ass kicked. Then we get a pretty okay fight. It's not amazing, but it's okay. They're on the catwalk knocking each other around. Carmen, of course, is the master of evasion. She's not going to be able to out-muscle this lady because this lady's got some guns. She brought the gun show. Ivy's running away. And I like the fact that the two fights are very different. Ivy's more about just running away, and then Carmen is actually using kind of tactics and stuff. How did she know this had steam in it? What if it was water? I don't know. And that would burn, whatever. So she kind of steams her to kind of get away from her. This lady ain't messing around. So the fight keeps going on. We have Ivy gets up there and she starts throwing stuff around. It's like, okay, well, what do we do next? Like, hey, you got to keep moving, duck, run, because that guy's right on your butt. Of course, he gets knocked over into the chocolate vat, so he's out of commission. Gold Lover comes on, kicks Carmen, knocks her up. She's hanging on the railing, and she's gonna stomp her fingers and knock her in there. But of course, Ivy's there, and then they called the cops. They hear the sirens, and then they're like, "Oh, you called the police?" And then even Carmen's like, "Yeah, I'm not. How am I going to deliver all that gold? It's much easier for them to show up." So the jig's up. Everyone get the hell out of there. They're not going to be able to save the gold. Cops are there unless they're going to fight the cops. They don't want to do any of that stuff. Then Ivy does like this roundhouse kick and knocks her out. It would have made more sense for her to like kind of shove her or like tackle her. I don't even think she could throw a roundhouse. Whatever, knocks into the chocolate thing, and okay, they beat her. Helps Carmen up, and they get out of there. And I'm wondering if she got arrested or not, or she got away. But we cut straight to Val, and Haber's like, hey. And that's how we lost the gold. I'm like, oh, man. Cerebellum's like, see, what I tell you, human error. We can use these robots. And this explanation doesn't make any sense. She's like, oh, the gold. I used the gold in my robots, and it like made them better. Yes, gold is very conductive, and if you were to melt down any circuit board, there would be gold in it, like a little bit of gold. But why would that make the robot work better? what? Whatever. But now it's like, oh, break into the safe, it breaks in there and it doesn't act all stupid. It's like, hey, I guess they're going to use robots in the next one. Okay, whatever. Get to after mission, and they're sitting and talking. And I do like the fact that she's like, hey, Carmen, it's been a long time since you let the cops handle this. She's like, yeah, last time I did that, it was with Gray, and I left him there. And you can tell she feels bad about it. But then she quickly changes the subject to like, oh man, Ivy, you did a great job. I don't think she wants to talk about this because she feels super bad about it, because she does care about him. Oh, they're like brother and sister. Whatever it is, she cares about the guy. And then she's like, oh man, you did a great job. Oh yeah. And then she kind of talks her up, and then we get to Graham, and he's walking, and he's like saying numbers in his head, and he's like, the numbers, Mason. So he's thinking of the numbers, and it's like a phone number. Goes there, dials it up, and it's a line to Vile. And he says like a code phrase, and that's like a special emergency Vile phone number you can call. And they're like, yeah, verified that he said the password correctly, and it's Crackle. Well, Crackle, I thought his mind got wiped. Then like, hey, we need to go pick him up and see let's see what's on Crackle's mind. So cool episode. I do like the fact that Crackle's back in the game. I don't like how Zach is just an idiot, and I don't think he's ever gonna get his day in the sun. Gold Lover, pretty cool villain. Muscular, love that. It's great. She looks wonderful. Carmen, pretty cool, smart, thinking on her feet. That was awesome. Having a player having to deal with school now, that's another monkey wrench in this whole operation, because there's times where they really, like, if he needs to be on mission where he's looking at cameras and stuff and like turning off security systems, he's not going to be able to do that in class. He's going to get all his stuff taken away. So I don't know how they're going to pull that off. That's another layer of like complexity. But yeah, definitely better than the first episode. And I'm going to try to work my way through these. I don't know. I want to do more than one a week, but I'm super busy lately. But thanks for watching, guys, and sticking around. Love cartoon reviews. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Do you think that it's okay for everyone to kind of dump on Zach because, oh, he's just a stupid man? I don't know. I want something more for Zach. It's great, Ivy, but she already had, now she has 2 Step It Up episodes. Let's give our boy some love here.